Hello. Ah, this is our moment to shine, to thrive, to connect to our next level, to be in a space where you feel lit up, inspired, and getting ready for your next level. I am super excited for all of you that are here live. And if you're watching the replay, just type replay below because I'd love to see who is watching. And of course, I want to hear all of your breakthroughs at the end of this session. I'm hoping to finish between like 30-40 minutes, so it's not so long, but it is going to be very, very powerful. For the ones that don't know me, my name is Nanda. I am the founder here of the Purpose Playground and of Ananda Soul Travel. I've been a soul purpose guide for over a decade, and it is my great pleasure and honor to guide you to step into your next level, which means that it's more and more in alignment with who you authentically are. So it's not something outside of yourself, but it's really someone that is already inside of you, and I'm really, really eager to bring that version of you out, to call you out on your purpose, to say like, hey girl, you're here with a mission. What are you doing on the couch? So don't get me wrong, if you're on the couch, I have been there and it's totally fine. We are today going to walk you through the 6 phases of being in the rise. And that's not a typo, because it is that feeling of being in expansion. And a lot of times people are in that expansion and they freak out and they go back into their shell and say like, no, that was not me. I'm here to walk you through all the 6 phases, share with you what my big wins were, what the big insights were in my journey. I've been in this expansion phase of finding myself, of coming back to my soul and more embodying my soul purpose. And each level I go through these phases. So, like I said, no matter where you are right now, this is going to help you to move forward in the cycle and not go back, not making yourself small anymore. You are here to expand, you are here to bring your gift, you are here to have a joyful experience of life, and that means that you are that you need to be aware of these phases, because when you know where you are, it's much easier to take a step and the next step, right? If you have no idea where your current position is, then it's super hard to know, oh my God, how am I going to get there? Like, and that further dream, that big dream that you have, just keeps being a distant dream because you have no idea how to get there. So today is going to help you to get that clarity of where you are right now, so that you know your starting point and you know your next step. And it's also going to ignite something inside of you, because that is I'm like the soul activator. I can call myself that right now, because the moment I'm in connection with you, with my clients, there is something that is starting to resonate deep inside, and that is your soul. And your soul knows exactly why you're here. Your soul is here on purpose. You were born on this planet in these times for a reason, and the moment we connect to each other, so you're connecting right now here with this video, you're connecting with me and my energy, and that already ignites something inside, that already brings clarity, that already raises the frequency of how you see yourself. Because the way I see you is that you are a purpose warrior. You are a pioneer. You are what I call lovingly sacred misfits, who are not born to fit in. You are born to stand out, to make an impact, to bring your gift to the world that needs it right now more than anything. And you keeping yourself small is not serving anyone, and least of all you, because the moment you feel discomfort or feeling stuck, you are doing a disservice to your potential, and you feel that, and that feels horrible. It's a horrible place to be. And like I said, I'm not judging. I've been in all these places. I just want you to know what your next step is. So with that being said, thank you for being here, and yeah, let's dive right in, because this is a moment in time where you need to be looking at, where am I going? What do I actually want? Because not only want, but where am I going? Like the broad sense. Because if you are not directing your course, then something else outside of you will. Because society is like bombarding you with all of this influence. And if you don't have a clear path of where you are going, then society will decide it for you. And you will be stuck in a job where you feel like your soul is dying, or you have these conversations with people that are just surface level and you're like bored out of your mind because you're not in the right place. And I can go on with examples, but I think you know why you are here. Because you are here because you're meant to rise to a different level. You're meant to live a life where you feel ignited, where your soul feels part of the journey, where you are excited of what's ahead, and you feel the joy of expansion and not the fear of like, oh my god, if I do this then maybe my head will come off. No, you will have that joyful expansion experience, which means you get to be more playful, you get to be more you have your wits coming back, your humor coming back, and yeah, most of all, self-love. No, self-love is coming back to you, because yeah, it all aligns with who you are and your mission here on earth. So yeah, let me welcome you again here in the Purpose Playground. Thank you for being part of this journey. Thank you for choosing your expansion, for choosing yeah, to be a little bit uncomfortable because you are on the rise. So let me take you through the 6 phases of being in the rise, and most of all showing you how you can stay in it, because a lot of people are falling off the wagon at step 3. So yeah, pen and paper ready if you want to make notes. That would be awesome. And of course you can also share your notes after with the tribe and put the link in. That I would really appreciate if somebody would do that for me, because yeah, of course I have my talking notes, but I always give more than just my talking notes. Okay, lovely. So phase number 1 is discomfort, dis-ease. There is a moment in the rise process where you feel discomfort. And I always like the analogy of a lobster. When a lobster is growing, the jacket is becoming too tight, and it just needs to break out of that jacket, and it feels uncomfortable. So when you are in that phase of discomfort, sometimes you feel like, oh, I'm doing something wrong. Well, I want to like shift that right now, because if you're feeling the discomfort, that means that you are feeling that there is something bigger outside of where you are right now meant to happen in your life. So I'm happy if you are in that phase of discomfort, because then something magical is about to unfold. You will go through the whole process of the rise. If it's up to me, I will hold your hand so that I can see you through all the way to your expansion. Yeah, like I said, dis-ease, discomfort, you just know that something is off. You are not in the place that you're meant to be, and you have like this unfulfillment feeling, even though the outside looks pretty okay. You just know that, okay, there's something more for me, and I don't know where to look for it. And then phase 2 happens. Because then what happens is like you're opening up for a new level. And I love this quote of Rumi, because the cracks is where the light can come in. So lovely. If you are feeling that discomfort, then I want to invite you into the next step, and that is opening up to your new level. What if something even better and greater and more joyful, more loving is possible for you? What if? That's all. That's phase 2. Just you opening up to the possibility of that there is something more. And then, when you open up, that is when inspiration can hit you. That new idea that comes through, that new inspiration, like, oh, I should start a business, or oh, I should be going to do that volunteer work that I've been dreaming of doing but never did, or I should go and travel the world in a van, or something that has been on your mind, or as new inspiration can be, but mostly it's something that you already know is meant for you, and it's coming to knock on your door. Why? Because you've opened up. So now you have that new idea, that inspiration coming to you. And if you've already followed a little bit of my work, you know that in She Creates, we are working with that spark of energy, that inspiration that comes through, because sometimes it's writing a book or creating a course or something physical, and that moment of inspiration is vital for your next steps, of course. But there's also something very, very sacred in that moment, because these moments are divine downloads. These are coming from the universe towards you. These are not from you. These are not mind made, like, oh, that would be nice. No, that's like me playing the guitar. Oh, that would be nice. But no, I mean the inspiration that comes through, that is really a download. That is really a sacred mission for you to be living in this lifetime. That's the kind of inspiration I'm talking about. And that is also the kind of inspiration that needs this little bit of a stretch. It feels exciting. And I know that some of you are making that mistake between feeling excited and feeling fearful. Like, if it doesn't scare you, your dream ain't big enough. That's what one of my teachers, Ivora, once said to me in one of her life classes, and it was just so spot on. Because yes, I needed to dream bigger. And that's also something I want to invite you, if you are getting these downloads of like inspired idea and it feels too big, this is the way to go. If it feels too easy, your soul's not in it, not long enough, or you're not like in that expansion. So it needs to be something that is like triggering, something that is like making your head spin, or making you feel like the butterflies in your belly, or you have that like I said, expansion. Like, it can feel all these different ways, but it's stretching your identity a little bit. Like, the old you would say no, and the new you would say, of course, that's where I'm going. And this is what's leading you into phase number 4, and that is awakening to your new level of confidence, your new level of skills, your new level of inner dialogue, your new level of doing things differently, your new level of bringing people together, or making connections on that new level, so that you can make this inspired idea into reality. And I already feel that this is a download, my gosh. Because this leads me into the first opening that I want to give you, because I am going to lead an awakening circle for 6 or maybe 8, if they if the stars are lucky. Then there will be 8 women in this divine awakening circle walking this path with me. So it is taking an inspired idea and making your inner world ready to take divine action, to take aligned steps and in the direction of your biggest dream, not of the small ones. No, no, to really own your process and really say like, okay, I'm here for more. I know who I am now. I am on the rise. I have these crazy and inspiring creative ideas that I really want to bring to life, but I've been keeping myself small and I'm still in that old jacket and I really want to break free of that and I don't know how. Then I got you. I got you covered. Uh, yeah. Yeah. I'm just dropping into my heart for a little bit because there is a moment where every human needs another one, and it's not out of feeling like helpless or less worthy or whatever. No, it is that moment where you know something is real, you know something is possible, but you are not trained yet to hold the vision long enough. That's when you need someone to hold the vision with you. And that's what I do for my clients. That's what I'm going to do for you, because I am a projector. And in being a projector, I can already see your next level. And I'm always like excited to show you and to also see the unlocking and in the blossoming of you getting to know that next level version of yourself. If you're ready for this, then type awakening in the comments below or send me a personal message with the word awaken, and I will definitely give you all the details for the awakening circle. It's going to be magical, it's going to be expansion, but it's also going to be expanding your comfort zone. So it's not about becoming someone else. It is about becoming the real you and not hiding behind masks anymore. Not telling the world, oh, I'm fine, where actually you're not. You want to know yourself and know your path on that deep, deep level, on that deep soul level, but also walk with that inner confidence. You want to walk into a room knowing this is who I am, but this is who I really am. Which means you are following your intuition, which means you are speaking your truth, setting your boundaries, and making choices that are more aligned with who you actually are. For me, that meant saying goodbye to a lot of my old friends and my old lifestyle. Back then I was living in Leiden, and we had this great group of friends. We used to hang out in bars from Thursday night till Sunday afternoon and all the days in between. And after my awakening, I went to Peru in 2012. I had an amazing experience. It brought me back from a burnout into my next level. So if you're talking discomfort, well, I had my fair share. For me, that was the 2012 burnout, and I had to break free from a lot of old habits, old circumstances, old beliefs, and my old identity. I had to let that slide, let it behind me, so that my new level could arise. And so I talk from experience. I know exactly what you're going through. If you're in this phase, then feeling lonely on the journey can be one of the biggest challenges, but also feeling that nobody understands you because you're making different choices than you would have as the old you, and you are just walking that new unbeaten path, and there is nobody to hold your hand or to look up to because you are in that void, you're in that gap phase. I know, and I also know that when you have the courage to walk that path of awakening, to say like, okay, this old life no more, I'm choosing me now, I'm choosing what's best for me, and aligning all of your choices, decisions, beliefs, and behavior with that, your life will become so much more joyful and aligned and loving. I know that if I had not made that choice back then, if I would have hold on to that old life because that's what I knew, then I wouldn't be where I am today, living with my family in a dream location in the northern Spain, and yeah, having just the best life circumstances that are aligned with my soul and with my rhythm, with my inner rhythm. I know that if I had stayed in that old paradigm, in that old identity, I would still be single. I would still be struggling with fitting in. I would probably have like a slow death to my soul, and people not understanding me. Whereas where I am today, there are beautiful people that are on the same path as me. They are developing, they are awakened, and they have had those experiences that I'm talking about. So I know exactly what I'm talking about when I open my mouth. I remember the first time we had a conversation in the healing house in Cusco, where I silently spoke out my big dream. And I never did that before because nobody ever asked me. But then we were like in a group of 5-6 people just talking on the kitchen table in a beautiful setting in Cusco. And right then and there I spoke it out loud, and I felt so seen because people were just receiving my message. They were enjoying the energy in which I was expressing it. I felt so good because it was reflecting back to me my new level. So that's also something I could go on, right? You only need a few of these experiences to know, like, okay, the void might be dangerous, or dangerous, like not dangerous. The void might be something that is discomfortable, uncomfortable. Oh, I'm tripping on words because I want to go too fast. What I want to say is that you only need a few of those moments where you feel like, okay, the next level is waiting for me. And you need a lot of people around you, gathering a lot of people around you that are already in that next level, or that can already see your potential new self. And in that way, you can easily grow to that next level without doing all the drastic things that I did. But you can, right? You can move back to the place of your roots and leave the life that you have behind you. But I was single back then, so I could. A lot of you who are watching are probably with families, and it's not so easy to break free in that sense. But you don't have to. You just need a few people in your surroundings that are seeing the new you, that's seeing your next level. And mostly that means not your family or your friends, because they see what they want to see or what they're used to seeing. So the new level needs a little, needs new people around you that see your new level. And in that way, you will, walk through this phase of awakening, which is the fourth level of the rise process, with confidence, with shoulders back, with a shining back in your eyes, because you know who you are, and it's coming through again. No? So So okay, of course I was going on a riff there. I hope you enjoyed it. Because this is bringing us in the rise process also to the point where a lot of people go back into their old roles, but the rise will always knock on your door again. Like the version of you that is meant to evolve in this lifetime is always going to give you new opportunities. So it's not like, oh, if you miss the boat now, it will never happen again. But it will get more and more uncomfortable to be back in that old shell. like I said, the lobster can't go back. If it's growing, it's growing, and you cannot go back. And I know it's very hard if you're doing this by yourself, to stay the course, to keep trusting the process, and to know that, yeah, there is an expanded version of you waiting on the other side. So there is another phase that is going to be a game changer, and that is the soul purpose embodiment phase. So awakening is about coming home to yourself, about knowing yourself, and knowing that next version that is meant to be living that inspired idea. And then this inspired idea is probably one of the ways in which you can live your purpose. So in the soul purpose embodiment phase, which is phase number 5 of the rise, is where you fully get to experience in your daily life that you are the change that you've been looking for, that you are the person that knows how to make the best decisions for yourself, that you are that ignited version of you, that you don't have to look outside of yourself for comfort or for approval, that you have that confidence inside of you. And that is where the embodiment comes in. So once you know the identity that you want to get yourself into, it's also very important that you start to practice it, that you start to have a inner dialogue that is supporting your rise instead of like talking yourself down. And the mind is not the best supporter in this. That's not the best ally that you can have. I'm talking about having inner conversations with your soul, with your higher self, and having an embodied experience of your soul here on planet Earth. Yeah. Okay. I can't say it with any other words because for me that is so clear. But I know that a lot of you are still playing with different roles. Like, who should I be in this situation? Oh, when I'm with my friends, I am the silly one, or when I'm with my partner, I am this one, or no, I'm talking about being at your soul level in all of your relations, in all of your interactions, in all of your actions and creations. And that is what the soul purpose embodiment phase is all about. So let me see. I'm going to check in with my notes because I'm going from here, and that's lovely, but I don't want to miss a thing because you need to have the full picture and you need to know where you are right now. Yeah. Yeah. So embodiment phase is really about embodying and walking your divine purpose path, and knowing, like the deep inner knowing, I'm here for more. And the way that you want to shape your purpose is entirely up to you, because nobody else can dictate what it is that lights you up inside. You need to feel that. You need to feel that in your body. You need to know, like, oh my God, if I take this version of me and I take that into my daily life, then it will look like this, and that's who I am. Like that feeling of that's who I am. Or yeah. And this is where I would love for you to be at the end of going through the rise process. At the end of the rise process, you are unshakably being your extended version, your expanded version. You are unshakably standing in your truth. You are creating from soul. You are being guided from your higher self onto your purpose path. And there is nobody going to stop you once you are in that embodied version of your purpose. And that's also when people can start to see you, because there is a resonance in the way you behave, the way you carry yourself. There is no striving energy anymore. There's no search for approval. There's just your beingness that is doing the talking. And I know, like, if there's any projectors watching this, then you know what I'm talking about. You don't want to over explain yourself. You don't want to have to tell people how magical it is to be in your world. You just want people to experience it. Come into my world and I'll show you. That is what the embodied version of you can transmit. And it's a great place to be. And at the same time, every level has a new expansion phase, a new training of feeling comfortable in the expansion. So when you are recently coming into this new realm of doing things, it feels uncomfortable and it's really challenging. It's not hard, it's challenging to keep circling up. But it is actually a circle. It's not like, oh, now I'm back on this side again, on the shadow side. No, you're circling up. So you're never where you were before. You're never on here in this lower level. You're always circling up, circling up, circling up. So when there is that little glitch of like, I'm back in my old habits again. With the soul purpose embodiment training, we learn to look at ourselves in this divine way. So there is no right or wrong. There is no, oh, I'm back here. Like, there is the inner voice that you have when you go through the soul purpose embodiment. That inner voice gets to be your most supportive cheerleader. Like, I know that, like, writing with soul for me is like normal right now in my life, but when I didn't, I had to fight all of these negative thoughts I had about myself. I had a lot of negative thoughts. Like, insecurity was one of the topics I struggled with most. And you need to know this, because there hasn't been a technique that helped me out of that struggling mind fucks of this insecurity, because they always kept popping up until I learned the soul shift method, until I learned to talk with my soul, and instantly they bring me back. They bring me back to my real authentic truth. And I say they because for me, apparently, my soul is plural. But yeah, like, I get back into that, the believer, the dreamer, the extended version of myself, and I listen to that part. And when I do, that's when the little voice of insecurity and fear and all of that just fades to the background, and I don't have to listen to it anymore. That's what you will practice in phase 5 of the soul purpose embodiment. You will feel the shifts, like the mind shifts we will be making. You will also feel it in your body. You feel that there's more ease, there's more calm. You don't need to prove. You have yourself covered. You back yourself, you back your ideas, and there is nothing going to bring you out of your soul purpose path. You just know why you're here, and you gotta do it in your way. Not anybody else can show you the way. That's another thing for another day. But you know how to get yourself into your next level. You know how you want to do that, and you're gonna do it once you have your soul purpose embodied. Right? Okay. If I'm not looking into the camera, it's because I also want to like check the screen. But yeah. Yeah. So, feeling confident. I'm curious, where are you on this scale, in this rise process? Drop it in the comments. I would love to see. And if you feel a little bit shy, you can also look me up in Messenger and just write me whatever you got from all of this, because there's only one phase left. Before I share with you the last phase of the RISE method, I want to invite you to another big thing of mine that is coming out in January, in the next year, in the new year. I am going to take women with a purpose through their embodiment process, which means that you're not only going to know why you're here, you're fully going to embody it and feeling that ease and flow and energetic charge whenever you're like doing the soul work. You're gonna be energetically charged and catapulted into the next level. And I'm so excited for this new program that's coming out in January. I would love to talk to you about your RISE process, but also about the purpose you have and the struggles that you've been facing until now, about the embodiment, because yeah, like I said, it's still in development, but I know that this is a vital part for you to come into your expansion and not like fall back off the wagon and say like, okay, no, it's fine like this. I'm gonna stay small and stay in my little circle. I'm fine, because you're not. Your soul is gonna knock on your door again and again and again and again until you go full circle into the next level. So I want to make sure that you are going to easily, in flow, embody the version of you that you see in your visions. So in the beginning of January, we'll do a visioning session. I invite you all to come because it's free. And then from there, we are diving into the soul purpose embodiment journey. And this journey is going to change everything, because there's no more approving energy. There's no more second guessing yourself. There's no more insecurity or fear blocking your way, because you will have a direct line with your higher self, with your soul, and embodying your why. Yeah. I wish that for all of us, because the world will be a better place when you do. If you're already curious, just send me a #purpose and I will be gladly talk to you about where you are on your journey and what it is that I can help you with. So, that being said, thank you. We are going to our sixth phase. Oh, there's a bottle. Okay, this is a very big bottle, right? So that's number 6. Let me take a little sip. Yes. Okay. 6 is expansion. Playful expansion. Because in that expansion phase, once you have gone through the rise, once you've gone through the identity up levels in the awareness phase, awakening phase, then you move into the soul purpose embodiment phase. And once you are in that like ease and flow, and then suddenly there is this, oh my god, I can do whatever I want. That expansion, the playful expansion of that next level. And it's super fun to be in, because there's a lot of creation and creativity happening there. And you will feel flow, support, you will have all of these creative ideas coming through. You will just move them out into the world, and you will have the most wonderful time when you're in that expansion phase. So that's what's waiting for you on the other side of this whole cycle. So you will be moving through the whole cycle, the process of rising, so that you can get that playful expansion phase, and you can create without second guessing, without making yourself smaller, and without second guessing. There's just sacred play waiting for you on the other side of that rise process. And it's so much fun. And I've opened up a conscious playground many times, because I just want to be in that energy with other people. So I can't wait for you all to go through the process so that we can play together. We can be in that beautiful conscious playground. That's why this group is also called the Purpose Playground, because once you are in that playful state, that is when the magic happens. That's when you feel like you are the expression, you are the sacred. You are on a sacred mission, and you're here to bring it in your unique way, and that is so much fun. So I hope that you have enjoyed this ride. I can only ask of you to, to look at your timeline, look at where you are right now. So are you in dis-ease and discomfort? Are you in opening up? Are you slowly opening up to the possibility that there might be something bigger for you? Is there already inspiration coming through? Are you in the awakening phase? And is it challenging for you to keep that identity, that new identity, in your focus? Because you're surrounded by people and places that are focused on the old you? Then I got you covered. Send me Awaken when you need support. Don't do this alone if you don't have to. Okay? So that is number 4. Or are you already in the soul purpose embodiment and you want to be like feeling from the inside out that you are the embodiment of your purpose? You don't need to express more than you do. You don't need to prove yourself anymore. You don't need to rush or run behind different strategies. No, you just know like who you are, why you're here, and how you want to do it. Then you are in that beautiful 5th phase. And once you go through that, then you will be in phase number 6, which is the expansion phase. I want to know where you are so that I can support you, so that I can know where my tribe is at, so that in our next live, I'm gonna try to make several lives this December to support you all here in the Purpose Playground. Because this is the time. I know a lot of people say like, no, this is the time for resting and winter and all of that. I don't believe in that. I believe the winter is a sacred pause to go inward and to prepare for spring. Because you know what? There won't be a lot of flowers growing if the winter didn't do its job. So doing the inner work is what we're supposed to be doing in winter. And like I said, there is a beautiful new program opening, the Awakening Circle, where in an intimate group of people we will be walking through that identity shift that needs to happen for you to be in the rise and stay there. And in the new year we will be opening up the soul purpose embodiment journey. And of course there's more and more and more and more coming, because you know what, I'm a living example of being in the rise, on the rise, and I am taking you with me if you want to. Okay, let me check if there is more for me to share with you. No, I think that was it. Okay, next week, same place, same time. And I'm hoping that you feel that you have been ignited and that you are on the rise with me. See you all next week. Bye.